The Zoomers, all you Zoomers zooming out right now who are watching this and are just zooming all over the place because that's what you guys do, right? That's what Zoomers do. They zoom. All you Sonic the Hedgehog mother. I think you guys love unions more than the millennial generations or the boomer generations. When did this all begin? America's downward slide. They say they've heard of a time when working people could raise a family and send kids to college on just one parent's income, and that college in states like California and New York were almost free. That anyone who wanted a decent paying job could get one. That people who only worked 5 days a week, 8 hours a day, got the whole weekend off? And a paid vacation every summer? That many jobs were union jobs, from beggars at the grocery store to the guy painting your house, and this meant that no matter how lowly your job was, you had guarantees of a pension, occasional raises, health insurance, and someone to stick up for you if you were truly unfairly treated. Young people have heard of this mythical time, but it was no myth, it was real. And when they ask, when did that all end? I say to them, it ended on this day, August 5th, 1981. Beginning on this date 30 years ago, big business and the right wing decided to go for it, to see if they could actually destroy the middle class so that they could become richer themselves. And they've succeeded. On August 5th, 1981, President Ronald Reagan fired every member of the Air Traffic Controllers Union, who defied his order to return to work and declared their union illegal. They had been on strike for just 2 days. It was a bold and brash move. No one had ever tried it. What made it even bolder was that PACTCO, I believe that's the name of the union, was one of only 2 unions that endorsed Reagan for president. Wow. Just slapped in the face. Immediately right afterwards. It sent a shockwave through workers across the country. If he would do this to the people who were with him, what would he do to us? Reagan had been backed by Wall Street in his run for the White House, and they, along with right-wing Christians, wanted to restructure America and turn back the tide that Franklin D. Roosevelt started. A tide that was intended to make life better for the average working person. America, from now on, would be run this way. The super rich will make more, much, much more, and the rest of you will scramble for the crumbs that are left. Everyone must work. Mom, dad, teenagers. Dad, you work a second job. Kids, here's your latchkey. Your parents might be home in time to put you to bed. 50 million of you must go without health insurance. And health insurance companies, you go ahead and decide who you want to help. Or not. Usually not. Unions are evil. You will not belong to a union. You do not need an advocate. Shut up and get back to work. No, you can't leave now. You're not done. Your kids can make their own dinner. You want to go to college? No problem. Just sign here and be a hawk to a bank for the next 20 years. That's a raise. Get back to work and shut up. And so it went. But Reagan could not have pulled this off by himself in 1981. He had some big help. The AFL-CIO, the biggest organization of unions in America, told its members to cross the picket lines of the air traffic controllers and go to work. And that's just what these union members did. Union pilots, flight attendants, delivery truck drivers, baggage handlers, they all crossed the line and helped to break the strike. And all union members of all stripes crossed the picket lines and continued to fly. Scabs. Reagan and Wall Street could not believe their eyes. Hundreds of thousands of working people and union members endorsing the firing of fellow union members. It was Christmas in August for corporate America. I really wish I had this in book form so I could with that satisfying page turning sound. And that was the beginning of the end. Reagan and the Republicans knew they could get away with anything, and they did. They slashed taxes on the rich. They made it harder for you to start a union at your workplace. They eliminated safety regulations on the job. They ignored the monopoly laws and allowed thousands of companies to merge or be bought out or closed down. Corporations froze wages and threatened to move overseas if the workers didn't accept lower pay and fewer benefits. And when the workers agreed to work for less, they moved the job overseas anyway. And at every step along the way, the majority of Americans went along with this. There was little opposition or fight back. The masses did not rise up and protect their jobs, their homes, their schools, which used to be the best in the world. They just accepted their fate and took the beating. I have often wondered what would have happened had we all just stopped flying back in 1981. What if all the unions had said to Reagan, give those controllers their jobs back, or we're shutting the country down? You know what would have happened? The corporate elite and their boy Reagan would have buckled. But we didn't do it. And so, bit by bit, piece by piece, In the ensuing 30 years, those in power have destroyed the middle class of our country, in turn have wrecked the future for our young people. Wages have remained stagnant for 30 years. Take a look at the statistics and you can see every decline we're now suffering had its beginning in 1981. It all began on this day, 30 years ago, one of the darkest days in American history. And we let it happen to us. Yes, they had the money and the media and the cops, but we had 200 million of us. Ever wonder what it would look like if 200 million got truly upset and wanted their country, their life, their job, their weekend, their time back? Have we all just given up? What are we waiting for? Forget about the 20% who support the Tea Party. We are the other 80%. This decline will only end when we demand it. And not through an online petition or a tweet. We have to turn off the TV and the computer and the video games and get on the streets like they've done in Wisconsin. Some of you need to run for local office next year. We need to demand that the Democrats either get a spine or stop taking corporate money or step aside. When is enough enough? The middle class dream will not just magically reappear. Wall Street's plan is clear. America is a nation of haves and have-nothings. And is that honestly okay with you? Why not use today to pause and to think about the little steps that you could do to turn this around in your neighborhood, at your workplace, and in your school? Because is there any better day to start than today? And that was story time with the Serf. Economy Breakfast has a very, very good point. If Joey Salads can run for a union, if Joey Salads can run for office, so can you. You can all run for office. And I know a lot of people think the political process is marred and it's just perverted and it's just so grotesque at this point that there's no point in even running. But hey, at one point, a little nobody by the name of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez decided that she wanted to run against an entrenched Democrat, one that she had no chance of winning. It was a grassroots power to the people campaign, and lo and behold, the people actually spoke and she got into power. And what have her and Ilhan Omar done? Well, not a lot in terms of actual bills passed, because it's going to be nearly impossible for them to get anything passed with the Republican Senate. But hey, every single time they grill one of those old war criminals on C-SPAN, it reminds me that there was actually something good about getting her into power. That was great. And yes, she doesn't go further left enough, but hey, that's what you guys can do. All you guys who could possibly run for office and are true leftists, are true socialists or communists or anarcho-communists, you can run for office. There's actually a couple socialists in power right now. Richard Wolff interviews them from time to time. You can do that. And those of you who don't have or don't want to be politicians, because let's be frank, being a politician is just really bizarre. Who the hell is that narcissistic and wants to do that? You can help a good politician. Help out your local, smaller politics is way more important. So help out whatever local socialist or unionist or pro-unionist is trying to run. It's all very, very important. And that article had a great point. Sometimes turn off the TV. Don't turn off this Twitch stream. This Twitch stream is lit. Okay, we're learning so much. You can't turn off this Twitch stream. If anything, you should subscribe. But honestly, at some point, turn off the Twitch stream, turn off the computer, turn off the TV, and go out and, if you can, march. March for your freedoms. That's all I can say. But for now, keep the Twitch stream. Listen to Labour Whiptash. Keep the Twitch streams going. This is actually pretty terrifying because the Neo-Lib Party in Australia is pushing for a new union-busting sack. Anywhere the rich run the world, which is the world, they're going to try to destroy unions. The one piece of really good news right now, and I actually found this out by showing it to everyone on, I knew this was happening, I just didn't know what was happening in such numbers, is in media. So in the entertainment industry, such as the video game industry, the film industry, the graphic industry, the Writers Guild. These are all industries right now that are heavily unionizing on the ground floor. Not to mention teachers' unions in Wisconsin and other parts of the US who are fighting tooth and nail to win. All these little victories warm my heart, and they also bring up such an important thing that I think amongst the Zoomers, all you Zoomers zooming out right now who are watching this and are just zooming all over the place, because that's what you guys do, right? That's what Zoomers do. They zoom. All you Sonic the Hedgehog mother, I think you guys love unions more than the millennial generations or the boomer generations. I think you guys understand now that unions are not these suckling the teats of American lives and jobs and all that. You understand that unions are a very important thing. You need to unionize. You need to take back your workers' rights. That's what every single person, and not just Americans, all the Australians watching this, all the Canadians watching this, all of us have to do that. We have to unionize. Unions are great. So keep spreading that message. Don't be like Ronald Reagan. Don't be like Ronald McDonald. I was very close to saying. But hey, that's a half-truth. And that was story time. Story time with the Serfs.
Did you enjoy what you just watched and now crave more nectar of the damned? Did you know that if you're watching on YouTube, you're only getting half the surfy experience? We upload all of our content commercial and censorship free to our Patreon. Due to the general demonetization of our videos, we now upload half of our original content directly to those who can help us produce this show. Want even more nectar than that? Well, come join us at twitch.tv/TheSerfsTV, where we do weekly live streams, debates, interviews, AMAs, and more. If you're an Amazon Prime member, you can help support our show 100% free by subscribing to our Twitch channel. So come join us, be merry, and know that your support is helping us do great things.
Like pay rent and eat. We now worship at the altar of Miranda Marone and Sappy Rat. Do check out their SoundCloud and Discord respectively, and thank them so much for supporting the Serfs. A big thanks to our lords, Kyle C. and Ricky Pilgrim. You truly are the pillars of our organization. And also a big thank you to Josh Mickelson, Schizosaurus, Dr. Zayas, Dylan Byth, Andrea Lynn Epperly, Daniel Kahn, Angela, Barbara Sherman, Jed Lewis, Elabin Dudayev, Beck Hewitt, and Todd Lajeunesse.